This is Turbo Depths. Kiki Chord was never playable. Kiki Chord was a testament to the fact that if you played enough Magic tournaments and played slightly above average and ran hotter than the sun with your matchup lotteries in Modern, that you can literally win with any kind of pile of garbage. I'm not like, I'm not like an Owen Turtenwald or a Sam Black or a Reed Duke, but like, I don't think it's unfair to say like, I'm above average as far as Magic players go, and I slammed the Kiki Chord Noodle into countless tournament walls, and it stuck to several of them, which I was very lucky to do. This hand's okay. This hand is, again, like, this is just like the fair deck problem, right? This hand is like reasonable keep in the dark, but like we could just get Chalice of the Void for one. This hand's very bad against an unfair deck. This hand's actually probably not terrible against a Chalice of the Void for one deck. We'll see what they plan to do after this. Oh, I need to update Stream Decker with the latest Jeskai Blade list. Trinisphere, sure. Hey, it probably won't be online during search. The donation message was too long. I need to make the text smaller. What does it say? I want to see the People's Canon. I probably won't be online during, so your choice. Always willing to donate towards the college fund. Thanks, Skip Dash. I will get that one back in the queue. How dare you? Yep. Look, that main deck Lone Missionary was phenomenal. Just gonna put that one out there. The main deck Lone Missionary. What's going on, Daniel from Brazil? Probably. Is this the same Blood Moon player we just played against? Did we re-queue into them? Feels like this might be the same Blood Moon player. Sin Prodder. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. It's so menacing. It's so menacing. They're definitely a Blood Moon deck, but I think I need the white here and just get the Stoneforge Mystic into play. Let's just go get my Batterskull here. Unfortunately, the Forcible is not a good draw because of Trinisphere. Yes, bin that one. If I want to play a different deck than the people, can I play Oops All spells, Skip Dash? I really want to run Oops All spells back. And that's like pseudo Belcher. Okay, I'm going to put Oops All spells in there. Thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate it. We're pretty dead at this point. This basic mountain, right? I think Hex is great. Hex's standard format right now is... I think Hex's current standard format has replaced Innistrad RTR in Magic as my favorite standard format of all time. Perfect, Skip Dash. Alright, so this is probably a Plow matchup. I really don't have a lot of board cards for this, do I? We don't really have any disenchants. Flusterstorm isn't stellar in this matchup. Meddling Mage is probably fine. Side in the Blood Boots to catch him. Does Verdict come out? Verdict's probably fine to cut. I guess they might have things like Goblin Rabble Master, right? So maybe I want to leave these in. Counterspells are fine. Cantrips are fine. Council's Judgment is great. I'm gonna submit. I can see these verdicts being okay, though. I don't know. I just like... we need to pressure our opponents. Like, if we're Supreme Verdicting, then we're not having pressure on the table, which is a bit of a problem, it feels like. This hand's okay. It's like not great, but it's fine. It's like medium against turn. Early Blood Moon, we got both our colors at least. I don't think Canonist is particularly good. Okey doke. We have a lot of basic islands. Hopefully we can draw a second by the time we get to 4 lands. Right? I don't think I'd have forced that regardless, so... Definitely need to force a Chalice. That way we can use Plow to clean up any threats they generate. They put a Rabble Master underneath here. Yeah, I think this is fine. Just gonna let this happen and then we'll Plow the Rabble Master. This is a 1/1, isn't a big deal. Sure. It's unfortunate that that is a mountain right now. I think force is pretty important in this matchup in general. All right, waiting on that. We got 4 of them all together. It's not a ton. Sulfur Elemental. That has split second, so can't respond to that one. That literally doesn't kill anything in our deck. Get wasted and plow your opponent's mom. You're not wrong. Hey, it's pretty good, right? This makes red mana because of Blood Moon. They probably think I have Mentoria, right? You'll lose some percentage points, but yeah, you could play a different green fetch instead. Why did they play another 3-drop out? Do they know what this card does? Stop it. Thought they were gonna kill me. Alright, so I'm going to, what, 4 here? I guess I'm dead to another Fiery Confluence, right? Am I dead? Looks like I'm dead. Yeah, that's basically dead, right? Even Council Judgment doesn't get me out because the Goblin will kill me. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate. For those of you that don't follow me on Twitter, I did post that I'm going to be expanding my stream schedule through the end of the year to see what that does for the channel and my YouTube stuff. So I will be live every day except Saturday for at least a short while. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday afternoons, I'll be live from 2 p.m. until 4-ish. We're going to try and fit a league in those afternoons. And then I'll still be live Tuesday through Friday mornings, as always. In addition to our Sunday evening slot here. So the snow cover, the snow covers in here are just for style points. Yep. Yeah, I think that matchup's fine, Rogue. We hit the bad side of variance for sure. I don't really know what we're pondering for, but like I kind of want a 3rd land, so I think I'm fine to fire this off here. Yeah, this is probably great, right? What time is it? I'm Central Standard Time. How much growth do I need to justify the new schedule? I don't know. Have I done anything with machine learning? Not personally. I also haven't done any formal math in a long time. I finished grad school 5 years ago at this point. And like, my math since then has mostly been playing children's card games, so I guess I teach occasionally too, but like teaching you know, calculus and college algebra is not the same as doing graduate level mathematics. Not in the slightest. All right, got a Storm of Bruin here. We find a Stoneforge Mystic. Okay. I think I'm just gonna throw this Force away. I guess they could be a Storm, right? No, they played Delver. I'm dumb. Don't listen to me. They could be Storm. They literally played Delver, Hogland. Literally played a Delver. It'd be sorry, it's been a long day. The Moto PTQ started at 11 a.m. this morning. If you want to put a little bit extra Immortals, I always appreciate that. There's actually, Twitch has sub tiers now. So like if you do the $9.99 a month subscription, I actually see a little bit larger percentage cut of that. The new Delver Storm, the memeiest of decks, right? Any Grixis Delver plans, right? No, this will probably be the last league. Unless we 0-3 this league, these leagues usually take a while. How many rounds into the Moto PTQ did you regret my decision? The third round. No, fourth round, when I lost to Tron. Had my Tron opponent dead on board with colorless creatures, so their Ugin wasn't good enough. Just concedes the Batterskull, sure. Alright, sure. Blood Moon's good in this matchup. Staticaster's good. Extra Verdict's good. Grabs are good. Forces come out. Counterspells come out. Do you get Council's Judgment in this matchup? I feel like a Council's Judgment and a Jace could go. Bring in this EE. How does this look, Rogue? Do you bring in Rest in Peace? I feel like Rest in Peace is too narrow for this matchup. I played the Eldrazi Evolution deck that I've been playing a bunch. No, that's not what I want to do. Export. Text list. I've been boarding in the rips and boarding out the clicks and some Snapcasters. Okay. Oh, they have True-Name. Okay, that's fair. Alright, let's try this. I've been doing really well with the Eldrazi Evolution decks in leagues, and like my matchup variance finally caught up to me while I was playing. The Heziant's great, right? Do I want to hold a Pierce? Yeah, I think I do. I like piercing cantrips pretty aggressively in matchups like this. I think looking back on it, Immortal, I would probably run it without Pontiff again. I got pretty unlucky to lose the matches. I don't know what you mean. Which prices? Well, I guess I can't even pierce a cantrip here, right? Because... well, now I can pierce a cantrip. I think I'm gonna run the Stoneforge Mystic into a Daze here, so that way the Blood Moon's more likely to resolve next turn. I could also like ponder and look for a plow. Evening, Squishy. Howdy, howdy. Yeah, Verdict would be pretty good. Yeah, I guess we're probably pondering for Verdict next turn, right? Hopefully that's not going to be too late. Like land plus Verdict. And then weep silently in the corner when they Cabal Therapy and take our Blood Moon and our Ponders. Just like shed a single tear down the side of our face. Cabal Therapy is a messed up magic card. If you're not playing it in the main deck of your Grixis Delver deck, you're wrong. Just play it. Just put the Cabal Therapies in your Grixis Delver deck. You get to play Probe, you get to play Pyromancer, play the messed up discard spell. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've gone through this Cabal Therapy, and it just gets me every time still. Please be bad and don't take my Ponders. Please be bad and don't take my Ponders. Rats, they saw the line. Now we need a Brainstorm, right? The Brainstorm has to be nuts. It needs to be like land plus Verdict. I mean, sure. I said we needed a Brainstorm. Tron and Scapeshift need their own format. Lol. Verdict and land, or we'll concede. Dang it. I guess we're technically not dead. Wasteland. Did I stack the two cards on top of my deck in the right order? I might not have. I don't remember if I'm drawing Spell Pierce or Reb next turn. I think I'm supposed to draw Reb. Yeah, definitely supposed to draw Reb. Let's see if Past Jeff was smart enough to stack this right. Yeah, good guy, Past Jeff. He's a real buddy, a real pal. Oh, I don't believe a single terrible thing everyone else has said about you, Past Jeff. You got my back. Did I just go get Umezawa's Jitte here? I feel like I do, right? Just like hope to rip a land and then like play, equip, and smash. No, I'm dead, right? Nope, not yet. Yeah, now we're dead. Good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, game 3 on the plate. Load it up. What's up, bully? Oh, Hogland. He's just trying to get by in this world of worlds. Hey, Snack Size Biscuit. Look at this shiny new sub icon with the 6-month resubscription. Welcome to the Diamonds Sub Club. I do appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Get a new icon here soon. Sometimes you just get Delver. Ain't that the truth? And go basic is land pass. 10 out of 10 would pierce a cantrip on 1 because I love doing that. Put a mulligan to 5. God bless. all roads led to Rome for my opponent there. They could have closed their eyes and flipped a coin, decided who they were bolting, and probably won the game. Oh yeah, opponent mulled to 5. 10 out of 10 pierce. I'd have pierced the cantrip if they kept 7. But when they mull to 5, it's way more delicious. Smells like Teen Spirit. I even want these blood moons. Yeah, probably. Who am I kidding? I want these blood moons. At least one of them. Do you think I just turned 3 moon? I guess they literally just can't cast spells, right? Nah, I want a white source. I'm so good at this. Your move. Why was there ever a doubt in my mind? Why was there ever a doubt in my mind as to what we should be doing here? Hey, opponent. Which of my lands are tapped here, Magic Online? Undo. Undo. Do you have a Force of Will? If they had a force, they would have forced the moon, right? Right. Alright, we need to find something before this deals 19 to us. None of these things are Stoneforge Mystic. Thankfully, we have found my opponent's Nemesis. You're right, I probably should have played the thing during their upkeep. Yay, opponent doesn't want to play Magic anymore. While we're waiting for the next match to pop, I would just like to say good morning, afternoon, or good night to everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for joining us here. There's a lot of different things you could be doing, different people you could be watching. I appreciate you choosing to spend time here to play some Legacy. If you're enjoying what you see, please make sure you hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything, helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, please consider subscribing on Twitch. That's the absolute best way you can support my content here. I really do appreciate that. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com will love to buy and sell Magic online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout them, you could save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you could save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using promo code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, and sleeves. And finally, SpareDeck.com, they offer kind of a unique service. They will rent you any physical, standard, or modern deck. You can rent a deck for a weekend or up to an entire month there with them. Uh-oh. Looks like we're getting chaliced. Yep. This hand's actually okay against Chalice on 1, right? It's got a bunch of things that don't cost 1. This is the Joe Lissette. Do I hold up Counterspell next turn? Upping to a $9.99 sub Immortal Echoes is definitely more beneficial than adding a second sub. I just play a Stoneforge Mystic. If they just like untapped and thought not sear me, I'm really sad. Yeah, I'm probably supposed to hope they don't have things. I guess they have to pick between the True-Name and the Batterskull if they have the Thought Knots here. So that's probably fine. Grab Batterskull. Just another Chalice. Oh, I tapped Assault Monolith, sure. Well, I mean, now I get to pass the turn, right? Hold up Counterspell / Batterskull. Alright, anything to do, that's good for us. Alright, so you're saying there's a chance. Just not a big one, but a chance currently exists. Probably holding 3 Mogs, right? So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It says 6, 7, 8. So he's only 1 soul land away from destroying me. I think I need to counterspell this. Because otherwise it unlocks like 10 drops from their hand. Like they very clearly, he very clearly just has like a bunch of expensive stuff going on. I mean, he's going to be dead on board, right? I just do this, and then I click him during the draw step to prevent anything too terrible from happening to my anus. I have to pay mana to untap this, right? If we can steal this first game on him bricking a little bit, we might... Yeah, sweet. We can probably steal the post-board games on the back... a post-board game on the back of Blood Moon, hopefully. Gideon seems good as just a clock. Jitte is really bad. Meddling Mage seems fine. Spell Pierce seems okay for countering their soft ones. But I got the Plows in this matchup, Rogue. Is that insane? I guess I can kind of keep Chalice off the table, right? What are our cuts? Council Judgment is great. True-Name seems fine. Is Jace just too slow? I can see Jace being too slow. The verdicts are mediocre. That makes sense. Just wanted to say the Ruby Sapphire deck is the most fun I've had in Hex Shit, even if my wallet is sad. It's not that expensive. Comparably, it's like what? It's like 80 bucks. We're gonna play that a little bit tonight. Actually, I'm really excited about the Ruby Sapphire deck. I've been enjoying it a lot. It's the most fun I've had playing a TCG in probably like the last year or two. I'm gonna trim 1 plow here, I think. A lot of times where things resolve are gonna be sad. Anyways, they have Chalice on 1, so. Did I submit 61? I submitted 61, didn't I? I am so out of it. This probably isn't a keep, right? I feel like a force isn't good enough. This is a great Yu-Gi-Oh hand. Or Hearthstone hand. Yeah, this is definitely a keep. Top that just in case we need to force something on 1. Looking for some lands. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna take this. We can play Stoneforge next turn and get some pressure down. Have to force this Thought Knot Seer here. Yeah, I agree. I think we keep Tundra Stoneforge. Might have been a touch aggressive on the fours. Yeah, I'm just doing that. We'll cast the Batterskull at some point. Maybe I should have gotten Sword, actually. Yeah, I probably should have gotten Sword, right? Because this was a possibility. He's gonna, like, play Basalt Monolith and kill me anyways. Yeah. Tilt. Yeah, 10 out of 10 should have gotten Sword of Fire and Ice here. Yeah, buddy. We'd be like drawing extra cards. We'd hit them for 5 extra damage at this point. We'd have equipped this turn. It's a good clean 10 ball right there. Hey, is this Hearthstone? MG Philly with the 18-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. Year and a half. Thanks for putting up with me for that long. Oh no, I need to cut something. Oh, it's too late. My brain's fried. Get one of the Jaces. Nope, too late. Too late. All right, 61 again. All right. Yep. I'm gonna put that on top as a show of strength. We're gonna fetch it away. I think the Memento matchup is good for the Ruby Sapphire deck. Scars of War is good in that matchup. This hand's actually kind of mediocre. Well, we can find some white sources here. Ding, ding, ding. I didn't find another blue card, though, which is kind of troubling. Yeah, I guess Pierce would have been a guaranteed blue card for this. Sure. All right. This worked out really well last game, so we're gonna do it again. All right. Hey, Final Nub with the $4.99 a month subscription. Thank you very much and welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Duran Dynamo, yep. I probably should have slid this out on 1, right? Yeah, because it doesn't matter. They're both just going to be mountains underneath the Blood Moon. Not punished for not having played that out. Yeah, need to kill the key. You have 7 mana here, 8 mana. Conduit of Ruin, yep. A colorless Eldrazi card. Kozilek, Butcher of Truth. Yep. I just assume we're not beating Kozilek, so I'm going to plow this. There are 2 mana off of Kozilek right now. 1 mana off of Kozilek. This is a bug, right? They're not supposed to get to pick what this is. They're not supposed to get to do this, right? This is supposed to just be a mountain. It's supposed to enter as a mountain under Blood Moon, or am I misunderstanding how the rules update works? It's a bug, sweet. That means this league is free. That's exactly what it means. It means after Joe finishes beating us, the league is free. I'll get rid of that guy. My chalice has been voided. Why did he play the one that I knew about? Oh, baby. I just start going up with this, right? This is just like Fate Seal the crap out of you. You can't clear Brainstorms anyways. Yes, bottom that one. Six. I think we just continue Fate Sealing here. Huh. Am I supposed to leave this on top and just flash in the Jason response and then just like unsummon this thing to draw a card? Yeah, I think we just leave that, right? No, it's fine. I could double block it too. Like we can kill them with the Jace ultimate, right? Like the Jace ultimate is similar speed to. Yeah, the chalice is whatever. I can like double it. Like I'd much rather know that they're getting this than give them a random, I think. God, I'm so smart and thin. Another Snapcaster on top of my deck. Sorcerer Spyglass. Do you want to put that on the bottom? Yes. Yes, I do. Would like to bottom the thing that's going to stop my Jace from doing stuff. It's going well. Life is swell. Till Mr. Joe Lisette draws a big fat scary and kills us and everything we stand for. Did they fix Wall of Roots? We're going to have a 24-hour stream celebrating Wall of Roots being broken for 2 years. When that happens. It's really too bad we don't have one more land, then we could snap Force. Yep. Don't do it to me, Joe. Don't do it to me, Joe. God bless. We're gonna steal this one? We might steal this one. Put it on the bottom. Nope. Right where it belongs. January. Like January, end of January, I believe. Alright, so we just need one more brick out of him then, right? This thing I don't think I've ever actually ulted a Jace before. It ults at 12. Yep. Sure. Put this Chalice on 2. That's why he's playing the Grim Monolith out. It's rude, Joe. Yep. Nope. You can have that one. Sweet. Rats! The league's not free. We won the match. And that's what we actually play, right? Jeff confirmed, look, we lost the first round, we lost a match that was good, and this round we won a match that's terrible. Joe giving me the pro tip in chat. He said anything that his deck could play that would get rid of one Blood Moon will get rid of 2 Blood Moons at once, so I shouldn't play the second one out. Which is, it seems like solid advice. That's true, Rogue. Because of the Jace, it changes the math. That's fair. But something like all his dust would get all of them. There are donuts in my kitchen upstairs, so I'm gonna run upstairs and get a donut because I am fat and American. So I'll be right back. And then we're gonna play some more Legacy. Hey, look at that. Mine being fat didn't even miss this match. To be fair, it's kind of comical that they banned Top and didn't ban Deathrite Shaman. Look at this well-crafted, delicious Dunkin' Donuts. It's so refreshing and delicious, even at this time of night. This stream is in no way sponsored or endorsed by Dunkin' Donuts, but Dunkin' Donuts, if you're out there, it could be. Got a live one. You're right, this is not a meme deck. This is an actual real fair legacy deck. Then fine. Again, kind of mediocre against really fast decks, but fine generically. At potential risk of losing Krispy Kreme as a future sponsor, I really prefer Dunkin' Donuts to Krispy Kreme. I'm not a big Krispy Kreme fan. Plow this. See, I don't drink coffee, so I don't really have that was not the land I intended to click. My being a fat American might lose us this game because of that misclick. I needed that fetch to shuffle a Brainstorm most likely. Probably Sultai Delver, which is much better against us because it means they're not just dead to Jitte. They could have Abrupt Decay to kill our cheaper equipment. You are correct. We can use the Stoneforge to shove them. In fact, depending on what we brainstorm into here, might go like throw back land, throw back Batterskull, fetch get Batterskull back out. Look, it's been like 5 hours since I ate dinner. Likes to play Stifle. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I'm gonna Brainstorm. I think the Force isn't bad too. I'm gonna fight over this. I really don't care for Modern as a format currently. Not a fan. You know, I should have stacked those in the other order, right? In case this gets dazed. If this gets dazed, Jace isn't getting dazed though, which is nice. I prefer... I like my formats to have powerful degenerate things in them, but I don't like it when the degenerate linear combo decks are the best decks in the format. I think that doesn't make for very interesting Magic on average. So, people always comment on the number of decks that are viable, but like, is the number of decks that are really viable, is that like a metric that we give a shit about? If like they're all like these random linear things, right? Like, do I care? Do I care that there's 6 different decks if they're all linear decks? Like, that doesn't seem very likely to me. All right, so we're just Jace storming here and then hoping to find a verdict here. And by that I mean we're getting dazed. Finding a land for this Batterskull is also not terrible. This kind of sucks. Oh, you know what? I should have hid the Batterskull, right? So they can't him to Torok it. I just like... I want the average match of Modern to last, like, I don't know, let's say... Let's pick a random number. Say 6 turns, 7 turns. And, like, have back and forth. I don't want the decision point in a game to be that my opponent ripped their second Oblivion Stone. I want the decision point to be, you know, more sword I'm searching for. There's a land on top of my deck, right? Think there is? No, there's not, because we Jace stormed. There's a counterspell. Alright, what am I doing here? I think I have to ram this in, right? I'm grabbing this sword. I think I just passed the turn here. And then next turn, I can vial in the sword plus equip it and crack for 6. I don't think trading my Batterskull Germ for a Mongoose here is very good. We're 10 out of 10 counterspelling this. Not close. Land's pretty good. Let's me hold up counterspell here. I mean, like, sure, Dan, but like, we're not in a position to... We'd have died, right? We'd have died if they had decay there. This is Bug Delver with Mongoose, that is correct. So are they trading for this Batterskull Germ? They have to at least chump, so like, if they're chumping, they should probably trade, right? Wait, what? Do you know what sort of Fire and Ice does, opponent? How did they... Well, we've hopped in the car and are currently running our opponent over here. I'm just going to counterspell this. I don't want them to find an Abrupt Decay. How is fatherhood on a scale of 1 to 10? Is there a gross metric on there? Kids are gross. I love my children, but they are gross. Emrakul prepared for a second because Magic Online is a quality program. Oh no. I messed up. I shouldn't have done that because now I'm dead to a removal spell, right? Cracking the fetch. Let them kill me. Maybe countering that was right. I don't know. They only had 1 window to draw days. They didn't. God bless. We were dead on board if they killed it. I think I might make that my article this week. What I would like to see happen to Modern. I would ban all of the fast mana. I would unban a bunch of the fair cards. I would ban Grape Shot. Just like the TLDR. Let's do this. This matchup seems great for us, right? Or even better than Grixis Silver, at least. You want both Flusters? Well, I probably have him. Yeah, that's a good call. Got this other Jace. What about Valakut? When I say fast mana, I include Urza's Tower in there. I would get rid of Urza's Tower and Eldrazi Temple. Just all the things that make large amounts of mana way too quickly. By the strict definition of fast mana, it's extra mana on turn 1, so I guess Tron lands don't technically fall in there. I have some really terrible news for you. I think Green-Black Tron is an excellent affinity matchup if it's built right. I should have played Green-Black Tron today in the PTQ. That deck is so good. It's like unreasonably good. I'm gonna ponder for a land here. Ding, ding, ding. Take both of those for pretty likely to get wastelanded at some point. What's going on, Lala? Zala, maybe? I'm so bad at usernames. At any rate, I'm glad you're catching us live. Welcome. That's a good reminder to everyone, by the way. If you can't catch my streams live, or if you missed some of it, they all get archived to my YouTube channel there. So I break them up by deck and by format, so you can watch just the stuff that you care about on there. That's fair. And insulate myself from him. Seriously? YouTube flagged this video for review or as not being able to be monetized before it was even published. It's so fucking unreal. I think I want to play around days here since I have the options. I'm just gonna pass. Like I've got there's some games where like the Delver player puts you in a position where you can't afford to play around days, but in this particular case, we have enough land. They don't have any pressure, so playing around days is fine. That's really unfortunate for us. Yep. Green-Black Tron's a little medium against, I guess I just brainstorm for a verdict here, right? No, I don't think Green-Black Tron's even bad against that. I found that. That's a good one. I'm gonna ditch this for now. I'm gonna go ahead and jam the Stoneforge Mystic, I think. How expensive was it playing full-time at SCG? I did a lot of winning on the SCG tour, so I was one of the fortunate few where I didn't lose money while playing on the tour. There were plenty of people that were not nearly as fortunate as me that I'm sure that like played all those weekend events that like spewed a ton while they were doing so. It's not just main deck brutality that makes Burn a decent matchup for Green-Black Tron. It's a combination of Thrag Tusk, Brutalities, and Nature's Claims. Hey, look. Did a thing. We did a thing, chat. Boop. Boop the true name. Boop, boop him right on the nose. Boop. wonder what's in their hand. That's kind of annoying. We don't have a plateau in my deck. I'm going to play this out on 1 proactively. I might call Seed an Abrupt Decay. I don't want to run the True-Name into a Daze here. We can just wait for another land. If our opponent had pressure out, I might be inclined to run the True-Name into a Daze, but... because I want to keep my health total high. I don't like using my health total as a resource in these more aggressive matchups. White source, please. All right, now I have to pick between white and red again here, which is unfortunate. I think it's correct to just pick white again. I need 2 counterspells here, and Daze won't do it. Oh, Daze will do it with that, right? They probably have a Daze. Yeah, they just haven't been doing anything for so long. Maybe I should hold this, because like Verdict is one of my outs here. Playing this out proactively was also probably wrong. Don't think about it, Rogue. You'll be happier not thinking about it. Regardless of what we get here, so the GPs and Pro Tours have a higher dollar amount payouts, but if you do a dollars paid out to player ratio, Grand Prix are much worse value. Hey, Mike the Knight. Keep up all the great content. I really enjoy watching again. Thank you for the continued support, bud. Quarter of a year. Welcome back. Happy to be here, doing magical stuff and things again. Needs dodge, decay, daze, spell pierce. A lot of things that could get us here. Alright, probably decay. Come on, come on. Let me connect. Let me connect. Tilt. I think we're on like exactly Brainstorm into Verdict at this point. And it needs to be into like a basic plains exactly. We don't have a Tundra left, and fetch land won't do it because we'll maybe at 1. Technically, we are not dead. I can plow my True-Name to gain 4 or gain 3. We are not dead with the cards we have in our hand, so take another draw step at least. We hit a white source, so that means we can draw a Verdict. Oh, this is a mistake. That 5th land, that's some hard cast force, which they don't need to do. Alright, sweet. Yeah, I should have plowed on upkeep, but it looks like they had the force anyways. Have to take game 3 on the play here. Yeah, I think back with how we boarded. What's going on, Knight? Wow, so just like 25% of the top 32 is Urza's Towers. That is a heck of a metric. What are we, 2-1 in this? Yeah, we're 2-1 and going to game 3 of the third match. Yep. Yeah, every few months you get a new stone. You get a new sub icon too. Sub animation. Oh, were the green red Tron decks playing Anger of the Gods? I was wondering why those teams were playing red. Anger of the Gods makes sense. Seth Manfield was the pro that top 8, and he was playing green black Tron because he's smart and thin. Green black Tron, I think, is the best Tron variant, having played a bunch of Tron. Peace, Speedhead, have a good night. Seems pretty good. Basic planes off of this. It's gonna fetch around Stifle. Might as well. Oh, that was a misclick. That was a misclick that's gonna cost us a buck ton if we draw a Blood Moon. Fucking Magic Online. My terrible fingers. Alright, if they daze me here, they won't daze my Stoneforge Mystic. It depends on if you're flying or driving. Okay, I'm gonna be brutally honest. This is Hoagland After Dark, brutal honest adulting here for a second. If you need me to tell you how much to budget, you're probably not smart enough to make it playing Magic. It's really not a hard calculation to do the budget, and like that should be within your means as a Magic player to like compute that kind of stuff. And yes, I am a giant dick for saying that, but that's probably the God's honest truth. I don't think I want any of these cards. I think I want to hold up Reb for a True-Name this turn. It's unfortunate. See what they take here. There's a good chance they take the Reb. I love your giant dickery. How do I money though? So I have so many people that I get messaged from at least 2 or 3 times a month. It's just like, actually, they don't happen much anymore because I stopped traveling a bunch. People are like, how do I get into and play a bunch of Magic? It's like, you just go fucking do it. Like, you make sure you're an adult and have money to fund yourself, and then you just start playing Magic. It's really not like complicated. There's not some big dark secret behind it. Like, you just shot Shia LaBeouf. Is that the meme, the just do it meme? That's what you do. You just do it. Just get all up in there. They call them open events for a reason. Just show up, put your money in the bin. If you're playing Modern, pray to the matchup gods. If you have to ask, you probably can't afford it. Yep. I think that very much applies to Magic type stuff. Oh, this Batterskull. I almost think maybe I should have run the Jitte out last turn to like beta days. This is why the Hoagland videos get demonetized, just viewer brutality. It's like, I don't know if people think Magic professionals make a lot of money. They just, the truth is they don't, right? Like, I finished second on the SCG tour the last year that I played, and like, I just about broke even on my events. The amount of money I actually made profit, like, I am well on like this year to date, I guess this year is almost over, but like 6 months into this year, just streaming Magic, I had made far more money in terms of net profit compared to what I did traveling to play a bunch last year. I think just snap a Reb here. I kind of just don't want this Blood Moon, right? I guess I could put these 2 lands back and like maybe do the Blood Moon later. No, I kind of just don't want this Blood Moon. I guess they can't play Magic if I put the Blood Moon out. Or like, this is like an auto force. Yeah, I'm dumb. Alright. I'm dumb. Let's do this. This gets Plains, this gets Island. Alright, I'm gonna upkeep, snap plow this. Actually, I'm gonna let this flip because I want to be able to snap Reb a True-Name, I think. And honestly, like, people talk about, like, in addition to, you know, making more money just from streaming content, like, even just in terms of events I've played, like, between the Magic Online challenge events and the Magic Online PTQs and Hex has $1,000 cash tournaments every single weekend, like, I'm gonna make more money playing in events this year, still playing a bunch of events. They're just digital events, so like my overhead on it is just like non-existent basically. I've been stifled. Alright. It's 4 color. Chalice decks are fine. In general, Chalice decks are fine. Alright, and they have to have removal for this here. How do I skip to the next batch of this video? I agree, Dowzo. Oh my god, I tapped my land wrong. Holy crap. This gonna connect? This connected, so this is a no justice stream, but it's just late and I'm reading chat and answering questions. I 10 out of 10 wanted to slam a Blood Moon here, but I can't not fetch another basic here, so I think I just have to pass now. 10 out of 10 should have fetched Island, Plains, and then jammed the Blood Moon. Because I could have just re-equipped it again. When you think WotC, I mean, one of their stated goals for Arena is to play Pro Tour feature matches on it someday. That's one of their stated goals for Arena, and I think that would be awesome. As someone who's like spent a ton of time watching Magic Online content and watching paper content and producing Magic Online content and producing paper content, the digital content, even on a client that has as many small issues as Magic Online, is far superior to any paper stream that anyone can put on. Like, it is so hard, because even without glare issues and player shuffling taking so much time, they're just the size of the cards on the game board and the ability to zoom in on stuff is just like vastly superior on a digital product. We're 3-1 now, so we've cashed the league, which is great. Just good, because we have to mulligan this Hearthstone hand. This hand's fine. It's got a Stoneforge and a Ponder. Don't have to worry about cheaters. It is unreal how much mental energy you have to exert if you are actively watching for cheaters while you're playing competitive Magic. And if you're playing competitive Magic for money at a Grand Prix and Open, you should be watching people to make sure they're not cheating, because a lot of them are, most likely. I don't think I want to force here. I'm going to bottom that. My opponent's going to be playing Storm. I'm going to hate myself, but they said hello again. Oh, we played against this person when we were playing the other deck. And I do, in fact, wish I had that Force of Will. What's the difference between Maverick and 4-color Loam? Maverick's unplayable, and 4-color Loam is maybe playable. I probably just want some counterspells, right? Maybe that Brainstorm was good. Yeah, that Brainstorm was probably keepable. Peace. Have a good night. And just keep this up for the turn. Hopefully they have a Inferno Titan or a World Spine Worm that we get to plow. Yeah, this card, usually they play one of this card. I've played a ton of mono red sneak attack. This deck's a lot of fun. I think it's very powerful and pretty well positioned too. Okay. Yep. I should just take the hit from this, right? Like this isn't lethal. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the whatever, the 12 ball from this. Counterspell's a little late to the party. I guess I should leave the plow up, right? Sometimes the deck my opponent's playing does just brick off and die, so they don't have card selection or manipulation. If they hit an Emrakul or whatever, we're dead. Wow, that's an ugly Emrakul. We are dead. It's a good draw. Goose Fraba. This is... So Umezawa's Jitte is bad. Meddling Mage is fine. Supreme Verdict's bad. Gideon and EE are fine. How much RAM are we using? Holy crap, we're using almost 3 gigs of RAM. Yeah, Magic Online is choking and dying. This is our last match of Magic Online for the night, though, so I'm not going to restart it. I think our main deck is pretty well situated for this matchup. Should have kept the force if I'd have realized what they were playing. Yeah, Saint's great. Just play around Blood Moon. Doesn't care about Chalice the Void for 1. Has a Force of Will for their first play. The key to figuring out how you're beating the sneak attack deck is that you want to figure out, you want to try and minimize the impact from a number of things that their deck can be doing each game. So like here, I get to not care about this Chalice of the Void, which is really good for us. I get to not care about Blood Moon, which is really good for us, which means my Force of Wills and my Counterspells, I get to save them for exactly exactly their sneak attacks and their actual threats. Flusterstorm hits exactly through the breach, which maybe that's good enough, but usually it's not. Like what is Flusterstorm better than? Like that we're playing basically is what it comes down to. Trinisphere. I feel like I'm allowed to ignore that one. I have not, the last time I enjoyed Modern was during Eldrazi Winter, because at least we could metagame in that format. I think Chalice is fine in Legacy. I think there's enough things like Culligan's Commands and Abrupt Decays that you can just like not care. Second Counterspell was a great draw here. Alright. Pretty quick clock here. I've got 3 Counterspells lined up. I can even hard cast this Force starting next turn. I think this deck is doing similar things to Delver while just being objectively worse in the format. I think if you're looking for a deck that costs less money than Delver costs, that this deck's like not that much worse than Delver, but I do think this is a worse fair deck than Delver is. So my bad Delver assessment I stick by. They should just be dead here, right? How do you feel about Flusterstorm in this matchup, Rogue? I guess it counters Fiery Confluence too. Maybe that changes the dynamic. I didn't think about Fiery Confluence. Yeah, I think I'm pro Flusterstorm after considering Fiery Confluence. Yeah, non-combo. They probably have an Abrade here. They can only cast one spell though, right? Oh, I should have played my land out, technically. Because then I could counterspell plus force. Get this fetch land. Yeah, cutting True-Name seems fine. That seems great, actually. Good chat. Alright, sideboarding. It's out. Flusterstorm's in. Alright, let's wrap it up. This is going to be our last game of Magic here for the evening. Thank you very much, everyone, for hanging out. We are going to play a couple matches of Hex Shards of Fate after this to close out the night. I have a Ruby Sapphire control deck that I played to a medium finish in their 1K yesterday, but I really like the deck, and I like Hex a lot, so we're going to give that a try. This hand's like the low end of keepable. I feel like I can do better though, right? Oh, you think Rogue, this is your deck. It's the last match of the night. You're here. Would you keep this on the draw? They kept 7. This is like one of those, I'm inclined to keep it if they go to 6, but like on 7, I feel like this is probably not enough. Like I can't beat a turn 1 Blood Moon. I can't beat a turn 1, like Chalice we don't really care about, but I'm weak to Blood Moon. I'm pretty medium against Trinisphere. I feel like this is a catch and release. I think we mulligan. Yeah. This hand's much better. That is fantastic. Well, that's great for us. Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and play. And now, again, like I'm talking, every game is trying to figure out how to minimize the number of cards that you actually care about. So now if I can fetch an island with this, I likely don't care about a Blood Moon moving forward. I kind of care about a Blood Moon. Trinisphere. Huh. This is a tough one. I think I have to force this. Because we're on the draw. That feels bad, but I think that's what we have to do. I'm going to do this and fetch a Tundra, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to encourage my opponent to Blood Moon us next turn, like it'll matter. I did play the Modern PTQ. Regret and self-loathing set in around round 5, because Modern is a miserable format, and I should not have spent my own money to play it. Through the Breach, kill me. Chandra, yep. She's dead, Jim. Ooh, that's pretty good. Vote for this one. Vote Chandra, Council Judgment, 2017. Deal. It's probably not particularly useful at this point. I played the Eldrazi Evolution deck that I've been playing on stream. Like that deck a lot. Just, you know, Modern happens. We have Fiery Confluence. I guess they don't have another red for Fiery Confluence, do they? Let's see if we can race them down or if they hit here. Sure. Probably naming Batterskull here. I guess they might just name Jace, right? Like Jace is the card they really care about. Then we need 4 bricks out of them. Yeah, I made a bad decision, regular size, Jesse. It was not a good life choice. Deck is far too fair, even with the number of turn even with the number of smashers it has. Just far too fair. Karakas is actually some insurance, which is nice. So like between Karakas and Plow, we're actually covered on a lot of our bases here. And because they didn't name Batterskull with the Sorceress Spyglass, we're actually kind of covered from Fiery Confluence as well. Can I interest you in 4 extra turns? What if I told you you could have 4 extra turns to live? What would you say to me, opponent? That gives them a bunch of redraws. It means we're not dead, but they get a bunch of redraws now. This is a Chandra, maybe? Our Fiery Confluence to reset our Batterskull. They could have like running Fiery Confluences, like I pick this up, and then next turn they cast another one. Like if their last card's another Confluence. Do I wait a turn to replay that? Do I wait until I get another land to replay this? No, I don't have to answer that question, because we do. No, I don't think so. Does it change the clock? It does change the clock, doesn't it? I might catch something at some point, because like now they're down to just 6 mana. So like I could catch a Through the Breach with this Spell Pierce now, which I think is a big deal. I'm gonna stop on my upkeep and crack this. Now I have Brainstorms on my deck still, right? Yeah, there's no reason to crack this fetch. And like we drew a second Spell Pierce, so just like super rewarded for being disciplined and not piercing for 2 damage there. Now we can stop sneak attacks and Chandras. I'm going to hold that land because, again, there's Brainstorms in my deck. I have a fetch land in play. 8 mana is plenty. Actually feeling okay here. Inferno Titan's like their best draw. Have them covered in a couple different directions now. And even if they have Inferno Titan, that just like kind of puts us in a holding pattern, right? I think if they Fiery Confluence, I just pick the Batterskull back up. Yeah, Ponder. If I can play this land, yeah, I'm gonna Ponder because I can still double Pierce this turn. Snapcaster Mage, Force of Will. Yeah, I think I'm in the market for all of these, right? No, I'm not in the market for the Stoneforge Mystics because they have this on my other equipment. I'm gonna crack this fetch. But then starting next turn, I have Snap Force up. It's like I have double Pierce up this turn and then Snap Force starting next turn. So I need to dodge like Inferno Titan this turn. Actually, even Inferno Titan doesn't really matter now, right? Because I have Snap Plow. Like, gives them some more health back. Alright, I think if we get to untap here without them doing anything, that's going to be all they wrote. Yeah, Snap Force through the 3-ball, right? Because, like, as their health total goes down too, these Ancient Tombs are slowly getting turned off as well. I mean, having played the mono red deck a bunch, like this is just what it does. It's just the games you lose, you just break off and die. The old crack by fetch, draw the same card that was on top of my deck. Wanted to shuffle you away, little Stoneforge Mystic. And then they can't use these Ancient Tombs anymore, so they're just going to die. The old 3-mana Lotus Petals, sure. I guess they don't know that we have the Snapcaster Mage. All right, sweet. So another 4-1 out of the night. So we went, we scrubbed with Tin Fins, but we 4-1'd with Hex Steps, and we 4-1'd with Jeskai Blade. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is better than Grixis Delver, but as far as like fair legacy decks go, this deck's always felt competitive to me. We've pretty much 4-1'd and 3-2'd with it every time we've played it on stream. We've played it a few times now thanks to donations from Rogue. Blood Moon's a powerful card. I guess the biggest takeaway from this deck is if you're considering playing a Stoneblade deck like this, is I think the red splash is very worthwhile. I think there's some people that play like Back to Basics or Wastelands in these decks, and I think just having access to these blast effects plus these Blood Moons is worth that extra splash in it. So if you were going to play a Stoneblade deck, I would recommend playing the Jeskai as opposed to playing just straight blue-red. Alright, let's see if I'm coherent enough to play this Hex deck.